Okay, it should be going up now. Let me just check the YouTube, see if it's on. Yeah, man. Yeah, that I'm not bothered about that, man. I just want to get the video up there, so if anyone asks me about the frame, they can have a little look at it. That's all. Right? Yeah, I think it's live. Yeah, I can hear myself. Shit, mute that. I'm gonna try to. Give me a second. Where do I find a link to this thing? Um, just go to the YouTube FireBeard. I think. Give me a sec. I should only be one on your subscription list, dude. Right, copy link address. Got it. Okay. I'm banging it in the chat now. Give me a second. Okay, the link's in the adult chat link, sure. It's kind of new, that's all. Show some love, guys. You know how to do it. Um, what's the problem, Twonky? Probably while we're in an FPV related live stream, not the best topic, but we can cover that later. That's fine. Okay, so where's the software stuff? Everyone got the video now? Is everyone good? Cool beans, right? So we got this little box here. See, pretty. That'll disappear in a second. There's a little bit of latency. It should be gone by now. Not sure. Let's have a look at that. It seems to be picking me up. I don't know if it's picking you guys up or not. No, it's not picking that up. Let me just fix that. Okay. Can you guys talk?
Yeah, I can talk.
Yeah, now the audio is working. Welcome to the stream. There we go. Okay, so you can see the box now. You got that? I'm not sure
Nope.
how much latency you've got. You still got a logo?
Oh, hell yeah.
You're joking, man. Let me see what's going on here. That should have
Refresh
gone
your
by now.
page. I don't have the logo. He's already opening the box for me.
Latency you've got. You still got a logo?
Really? Oh, hell
Refresh
yeah.
your page.
Yeah. Okay. That. I guess it was a bug.
Okay, so inside the box we got these little instruction sheet thing. Kinda obvious, really. 2 bottom plates, some arms, top plate, and some pad bullshit. Yeah, let's have a look. So, aluminium standoffs feel really light, like ridiculously light, plasticky light. No, they literally feel like nothing. Give me some scales, quick. You find me some scales, I'll just carry on. Oh, here's some scales. Cool. So, let's quickly figure out how much one of these little things. I mean, they are really, really light. 4.5 grams. Yeah, really, really light. Well, we got 3 of those and some sort of micro-sized battery strap. Yeah. Feels like I should throw it away. And we got some carbon fiber here. We'll take a closer look at that in a minute.
What's the weight of the back plate, the back standoff?
The back standoff, good call, is 3.1. So yeah, let's just check that back through again. 4.5 for the front ones, so obviously a combined of 9, and 3.1 on those. I think this is the lightest piece of aluminium I've ever held. I don't know how they got it so light. That weighs nothing. That's really cool. Like the cheapest piece of shit battery piece of foam. Yep, that's great. And the bit that we all want to see, the 52.25 in the bag. Yeah, they're kind of heavy, but let's dig a little deeper. Some scissors. Give me a second. I did have some ready earlier.
Looks like you can only put 2 screw per motors.
Yeah, unless you get the ones that are orientated like that specifically. These scissors are
Hey,
shitty.
guys.
Yo.
I'm gonna go grocery shopping.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, deuces.
Later.
So individually, you're looking at 12.9 per arm, which, well, 12.88 maybe, but strength-wise,
Like grocery shopping, he's getting beer, right?
probably. Now the actual edges on these, we're gonna take a closer look at that because
How many people's in here so far? 3?
it doesn't really matter. It gets back to
Yeah,
Punch
well.
YouTube anyway. Anyone who's interested will find it. So we're gonna
No,
take a look at
watch.
the actual edges of the aluminium, the titanium here.
Your screen messed up. Oh, what'd you do there? Oh, there you go. I see what you did.
Right. So
Why
there
am I
you go.
hearing my voice twice?
You have to mute yourself and mute your YouTube. So as you can see, there's a fibrous edge there. Seems pretty sweetly cut, except you can see like the skips and jolts on the milling machine there. You could probably actually calculate what size head was used. Some of the edges are better than others. I looked on these earlier just through the bag, and some of these edges look pretty sweet. But the material itself is really strong. Really looks good.
It looks very fucking sharp.
This one, as you can see that the milling piece was coming to the end of its service life. It really struggled its way through this cut. You see that, Kev?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe a little lapse on tool head changes, but where the money shots are, I mean, the edges on this piece are totally different to the quality of the pieces we just looked at before. Aluminium wise, obviously it's a soft material, but the cutting heads look like they've been reasonably sharp.
That one looks pretty decent.
Yeah, aluminium soft as butter. You don't need to do that many tool changes on that. This is the third arm we're going to examine. Let's have a look at the edges on that. Once again, rough as shit. You see where the machine's been skipping along, struggling to get through the material, which gives you confidence in the material. Maybe not so much confidence in the staff changing the tooltips, but
no, that's cut. That's a completely
that's
different.
beautiful. That's a different fucking machining altogether. That's literally after a tool change by the looks of things.
You said aluminum. That was titanium, right?
No, the aluminium was the blue piece we looked at. This one.
I got you. I see.
This is aluminium we're looking at now here. And you can see the milling edge is pretty sharp. It's a nice clean cut. I mean, at the end of the cut path there, you can see a little bit of splatter.
I have to get one of these scopes.
You can see where the machine's folded the material over the edge. They've not done a cleanup pass on it at all. But you know, it's cheap. It's really cheap for the materials you're being offered and advertised to get. It's a really cheap frame. So far, the only thing I'm worried about is the same thing we've been talking about all week while we've been waiting for this to come. Now we get a bag of screws. Which
That really
weighs
gives a
the same as an
different
arm.
perspective on things too. I don't think I've seen anybody use a microscope on edges and describe what they what's going on.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure you guys get a perspective on what you'd be buying if you was to go out and buy one of these things. Because, I mean, the titanium arms thing, it sounds a little bit too good to be true. And, you know, you got to be careful what you buy online nowadays. So I just want to give you like a legitimate, unbiased opinion on and let you see for yourself what it is straight out the packet. No tampering. Just make your own mind up whether it's good value or not then, can't you? So these are the carbon fiber pieces. Now I've been told to watch myself on these because these can be sharp coming from this company. So let's just lay these down here. There's some little tiny pieces of carbon fiber floating around in the bag. I'm not sure if they're little spacers or something we're going to need later. So we just pop them to one side. So we've got our top piece here, which if we have a little look at it, it feels there's a
Your
little bit
second
of
screen's
flex
in the way.
going on there. Oh yeah,
You
we
can't
get
see
rid of
your
him now.
scale.
Yeah, sorry, we'll dismiss the microscope for a moment and we'll bring him back in when we need him. Sorry. Yeah, there's a little bit of flex to it. We'll have a look at the layers on it in a second, but the cut itself to the touch feels adequate. It feels good. There's no really sharp edges on it. Nothing. This actually feels pretty good. I'm kind of impressed. From what I'd heard, this piece on the other hand is the thicker stuff. And this has got a lot sharper edges on it. This is the thin stuff. I'll give you a caliper on that so you can see the dimensions properly. So let me just grab a set of calipers out of here. So the piece I said's got the flex in it is the top piece of the frame. And if we just quickly caliper that, that's measuring in at, let's check our 0. No, check our 0. Thank you. That's measuring in at 1.5. So it's 1.5 mil thick exactly. So that's got a little bit of flex in a big piece like that. It's got a lot of holes in it. Let's see how much that weighs on its own. We're looking at 4 grams basically for the top piece. And then we've got like, I'm thinking this is the bottom plate. Yeah, I'm guessing that's the bottom plate, the battery strap holes. That's 10 grams, and it feels a bit sharper on the edges, so you know it's a bit more square, and that's just over 2.5 mil. So yeah, other piece we've got is this one, which has got the pre-pressed in nuts on it, which is your top plate for your base, I'm guessing. Your arms are going to go between here and here. Let's have a little mock of the fit, roughly. So yeah, it looks like it could be kind of substantial. We'll get to that in a minute. So let's have a look at the sides of this carbon fiber. Let's see how this stuff's made. We'll start with this bottom piece that's been pressed because it's the one I've got. Oh, we didn't weigh that. Let's just quickly. That's 11.75, and the depth on that to be accurate. So just check 0 is good. It is. That's 2 mil thick. So there's your measurements on that. And let's just quickly cover the arms. Arms are 3 mil. Narrowest part of the arm.
Is that
Six and a
the
half.
top of the bottom plate, or the which one is bottom and which one is middle plate?
We'll stack them up. So the one with the battery slots in it, which is this one. I don't know how good you can see it. I'll see if a little bit more light helps here. 1 second. So on this piece here with the battery slots in it, I'm going to assume that that's the bottom piece. So we'll put that down there. And then this, I'm guessing with the nuts on the top, is probably going to be the support brace for the arms. It goes like that. It's also
Oh
got
yeah,
the
and you can see like there is a
flight
couple of
stack.
holes for different flight stack size.
Yeah.
You have all the flight stack size.
Yeah. So just to confirm for anybody who's wondering, it supports a Yeah, it's.
Is
I
the
thought
smallest 16?
well, it's you'd have thought so. You would have thought so. That'd be my first assumption, but no. Let me just check this for you before I comment. Um, no, the smallest is actually 20. And then it goes to 30. And that other one must be like well, that's your 30 there, and you've got 25. I've never seen a 25 mil anything. But okay, we've got 20, 25, and 30 there, which seems really oddball to me, but I thought that would have been a 16, a 20, and a 30, same as you probably did. But it's not. And then obviously we've got our top plate, which sits on top of our aluminium bobbins. I'm not sure which way up these are meant to go exactly, but I'm going to assume something like that. Where the hell do these go? Oh.
I think the milled part, the silver part is external, and the smallest part is top.
Yeah, so yeah, this piece goes like that then.
Are you sure? I think you're backward.
Oh, that's what you just said, I thought. So this would be the internal edge, which is not milled.
Well,
The smallest.
I need to see it on the side because I can't
Let's just
really
have a look
see.
at the little. There'll be a drawing here. Let's just check that shit out. So
Look, the bottom slot that's curved is for the camera angle to lock it in.
yeah. So looking at that, like you said, the slot, the rotatey slot bit goes at the top. So, but hang on a minute. That seems that the milled edge goes. Oh no, that would be this piece,
On
wouldn't it?
the
Okay, so
outside.
it's that
You
piece. Yeah,
just switch them.
yeah, it's like that and like that according to the drawing. And obviously, then you'd have your back standoff bit, which the U shape seems to point downwards, so it goes like that. And then your no, how does that point downwards? Then it must be that way. Oh, that drawing's a little confusing, but no, okay. No, it must go this way because that's the only way it would go. Yeah, so that sits that way, and then that sits over the top of there, like so.
Oh, that's pretty
Roughly.
cool.
So, yeah, not too difficult to build. It's got plenty of room inside. I don't feel intimidated by building this one. This one seems pretty nice to do.
Does the back plate, will the back standoff help for SMA antenna?
It does look about the right size, but there's an SMA port here on the actual frame at the back.
All right, I see it. Yeah.
But yeah, you could do if that wasn't your idea of an ideal solution. As for like what it'll look like with a, oh, come on, Mr. Dow, in you slide, just pops you in place. So yeah, it's gonna be a nice clean build. You know, it's got plenty of room. Your battery wires are gonna go out through that back fork if you configure it like I have, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which is gonna be
Would be
nice and
nice
tidy.
to have something 3D printed to hold the XT60 off the back standoff, so
Oh,
that way it won't pull on the PCB.
yeah, I get you, man. I get you. That's a good idea. We have a guy in the channel who we're gonna talk to in a minute about something, Kev, and he's like gonna volunteer for that because he's a real cool dude. Am I right, Kev?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty cool usually.
So you guys need a XT60 mount for this frame. Then there's a FireBeard one gonna be on fucking Thingiverse, and that'll be free for you to download. And you just thank Kev. Make sure you give him major kudos. And Kev, do you know this design that CR10 people have not, I wouldn't say stolen, but they're using now, and they're going to give you some sort of reward for?
Yeah.
Have you got that available to us to all have a look at, just like what it looks like? Because we're still a little bit pondery what that's about.
Yeah. Let me hold on here just a second. Okay. You're talking about this one here, right? Yeah.
Give me a sec, Kev. Just gonna put you up on the screen now so everyone can see what you're doing. Okay, so this is your CR10 device that you've created, and go on. What? This is to stop the wobble.
Yeah. I don't have all the rod ends. You can see some of the rod ends are missing here, but yeah, this is basically the kit. CR10 or the Creality is actually selling this kit now
Cool.
for $48, I believe it is.
That's based
With
on
the
your design.
motors?
Yeah, they've contacted me. They're going to start selling this kit, and they're supposed to give me some kind of reward for it. But I haven't heard back from them yet. It's been a couple days. So
You know
the
you're
worst
live,
thing
right?
is like, yeah, we know we're live. It's good. And the worst thing is some bastards out there that are claiming this is their design and it's just a remix of yours. Yeah.
no, there's not. I don't think there's anybody that's actually claiming it's theirs. Some of the other members of the community have kind of
It's
thrown
just a
up links to
failure
different
to.
Thingiverse uh, remixes of my kit, and some people have had some other ideas for it. So
So is this the whole complete kit, or you still got to buy the extruder and stuff?
No, this is basically what this is the CR10 itself is quite a popular printer right now, but one of its flaws was it had a bit of wobble when you were doing big prints. So Kev came up with a kit that allowed you to like tension it all up and stop it wobbling. And he released it on Thingiverse, and well, the people at Creality who make the machine thought it's that good of a kit that they've started producing it themselves and selling it to people who own the machine.
yeah, I just designed the machine here for
Reference
people to
purposes.
reverse engineer modifications for the printer and everything, because it's a lot easier to come up with different modifications if you have an actual model to work from.
Mm-hmm.
So I created this the 3D model of the printer, just basically measured everything and drew it all up, and
Well, look
then I
at
started.
you. What do you think? You are a CAD designer?
Try to be.
I'm pretty
And
good too.
this isn't mine here. This is a guy on Thingiverse, the Hurricane cooling nozzle for the CR10. He designed it on there. It's pretty nice. I use this on both of my CR10s, but
That's
everything
pretty
else here is just stuff I've designed.
And who's the guy who designed that? Can we give him credit while we're mentioning him? Just because that's a
Yeah,
little shippy, you know?
I can find him here. The Sniper.
Well, kudos to you,
So
dude. Your design looks awesome.
yeah, it's I did a lot of research before I actually installed this, and I printed this and then installed it. Looking at the fangs and all the various options out there, this looked like the best option, and as far as I'm concerned, this is probably one of the best ones on there.
That's very cool.
It does a hell of a job. I haven't had a single problem with cooling or anything like that with my prints. So
Excellent, excellent. So basically, we're going to be hearing from the guys over at Creality, and hopefully they're going to give you a lot of coolness because, like, props to you. Nice, cool design there, Kev.
Yeah, it is.
thank you.
That's very, very tidy. You're also in the middle of providing a unique solution to what is it? It's some sort of pistol holder for a Glock that you're working on right now. That's going to be kind of intuitive and new.
Let's see here.
You don't have to show us the design, dude. Just mention
Yeah,
it.
it's
You
just
know?
a basically just yeah, either a belt clip or you can actually mount it in various places.
Sweet,
There's going to be a mounting system attached to it. So yeah,
and this has got your own unique design for a release clip going on, which
Yeah.
obviously you're not going to show us too much of, but yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Wicked. So awesome. You got a new frame today. Let's tell us about that. What did you get? You gone quiet? Leopard. Oh no, we've lost Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna basically dry fit this frame together and see what it looks like because I figured that might be interesting. I'm kind of keen to see how good it looks, you know. Where's the stream thing gone? I need to control that. Put that on there. There you go. So yeah, we'll come to them if we need them. So we've got a pack of screws here. All look mostly about 10 mil. A couple of bigger ones. Let's just go through that. So apparently, oh, welcome back, dude. Yeah, so we got some 10 mil M3s to go through the bottom to hold those bottom plates together. So let's bring back in these bottom plates. And
Who needs a plan?
yeah, I know, right?
You need you one of those cutting mats, those green cutting mats. That way we can see the parts a little bit better.
Yeah, I know, right? Green screen, put me in the Bahamas and all that kind of stuff. It'd be good, wouldn't it?
Why don't you remove your mouse, Matt?
Oh yeah, that might help. Give me a second.
I am so fucking brilliant.
If you was to green screen yourself, you could like be in the next generation of memes.
Actually, you could actually fly yourself on the quad itself.
Yep.
That'd be kind of cool. I mean, let's be
Glasses
honest.
on.
The price of
Good
gasoline,
goggles.
lipos are rechargeable. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was gonna offer like a quad taxi service one day, but I figured that your policy would have to be like gets you there in 3 minutes or it's for free, you know. And hope they don't survive.
yeah. Just hang on.
Yeah, get you there in 3 minutes or it's for free. Just don't sue us.
2 minutes and 50 seconds, you engine failure.
Maybe I have to go back and clean the quads, like retrieve them and clean them off, bring them back.
Would you charge by a milliamp used?
I charge for successful transport and think of it as a miracle. Right, so let's just get the parts all spread out a little bit. So I'm guessing these screws are going to be going up through the bottom and pulling down on these to try and like secure it into the material. So I'm going to assume it goes that way up. Our arms go there, and we got some. I'm guessing it's these ones. Let's try that. So bang, 1, 2, then an arm. As for which way around this goes, I'm not sure if it matters because this plate looks pretty much symmetrical at this. Oh no, it's not. There's some different shit going on at front and back. So now we need to look at the picture. Okay, so the spiky fronty bit here, I'll show you what I'm looking at so you don't feel like you're all left out. So the spiky fronty bit on the top bottom plate seems to line up with, like, how do I put this? The spiky bit, rather, that's more square at this
Look,
side.
they're the same. Look, they're the
not,
same.
They're not.
Both plates.
This one's more square, and this one's
Look at
more
the
spiky.
look at the arms on the top and the bottom plate. You're gonna see right away. They look exactly the same as the one on the other part.
You might be a little bit behind on the stream, but if you look at my screen, you can see that there's actually a cosmetic difference. I understand mechanically.
No, I'm not. I'm saying like both parts.
Both carbon fiber parts.
Yeah. It's very obvious how they go when you look at the. Turn it around.
What do you mean turn it around? It's right. I'm sure that's right. Oh no,
I think
maybe
he's
not.
saying
No, no.
up there where the screw part is.
Look, the little arms are different, but on both pieces they're the same. Exactly. Now you're in the right direction.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Ah,
Shit.
ah, Mr. Sawdust.
Okay, so apparently we only put 2 through that one, and there's 1 goes through this one and 2 goes through the next one. I don't know why that is, but we'll come back to that in a second. I'm gonna put it in to hold it in place because it seems to go there, but there's no nut for it. I don't know why, but we'll come back. Oh, it's because it's the aluminium standoff goes there instead. Got you. Okay.
What is aluminium?
Right. I am not getting into that on stream. Go away. It's the correct way to say aluminum.
Aluminum?
Aluminum or whatever you guys call
Uh,
it. Listen, right? You call the language English, so like just assume that the English people know how to speak it. Okay? I can't right now because of the frustration in my voice. Give me a second. Ordered these screwdrivers off Banggood, these ones, and they're great screwdrivers. They're absolutely fantastic. Apart from that, this bit is sharp as balls and it'll shoot through your hand. But other than that, they're really good. Just thought I'd mention that. Oh, and the fact that they're all the same style, it makes it really hard to find the one you actually want. I'm gonna print some little colored bands to go on them or something. Okay, so we got that kind of held together. Right. As for the concern that we were talking about, Kev, we were a little bit worried about the design on this because the arms are so strong. Now, obviously, it's getting to the point where the canopy is going to be the weakness. Well, the actual center frame. We were a bit concerned about the possibility of it shearing.
Yeah.
I kind of like how they've extended the carbon fiber down the arm this way to prevent the shearing. It
Yeah.
seems like a very intuitive design that they've really thought about the shearing aspect, you know?
Let's see it. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the first, as far as I believe, this is like the first original frame that
Well,
RealACC
actually,
has made.
looking at the design now, I mean, it's not as bad as what I thought it was in the pictures I saw before.
No, it
will
isn't.
you be will you be able to install the back standoff with the bottom plate on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
All holes are all the other holes are accessible, I guess.
It seems that way. I may be mistaken, but from what I can tell, yeah, it looks like I can do them all from here.
Yeah, the holes are slotted pretty wide open there for the screw heads to go through.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, at the end of the day, it's easier for you guys to find out now watching YouTube video than it is to find out by having to do it yourself. So we'll just proceed regardless and hope for the best at this point.
How much did you say this frame is running right now?
It's literally, I mean, I'll get Sarah to bang a link in the description or something.
Okay.
But it's like, I think about $30 or something. How much did you pay for yours in CAD, Jeremy?
34, 35, but now it's up. It's at 39. I'm gonna check in USD right now. It's 29 US.
Okay, so it's less than 30 USD, and the build quality is a lot better than I anticipated. I seem to have stuffed up the screw order a little bit, but we'll figure that out in a minute.
Yeah, the price went up. So I bought it just at the right time.
Yeah, man. We both ordered these. We're both doing identical builds, so you can follow along with that as well if you're interested. We're going with the Dal RC engine with the. Are we gonna go with the Dal F405 flight controller, Jeremy, at this point, or have we thought of a different one? I think it's
I
gonna
think
make a clean build with the
we
Dal.
have time.
Yeah, we got time to pick that shit up, but at this point, I think the Dal's gonna be the clean option. You know. Right. So. So far, the milling and everything, the hull sizes, everything seems fairly good. Alignment seems good. Everything's going together as smooth
Yeah,
and
the,
simple as
the
you'd
only
expect it
problem
to.
I had with the RealACC frame is like if you don't uh, use a file on the edge, you cut through battery strap like a freaking razor blade.
Yeah, that's something I'll have to watch out for sure. That one's a bit too long, I think. Yeah, this feels quite nice already. I think that needs to be a longer one. Pull that out. Swap it for one of these. At this point, I think we introduced the aluminium, so I'm gonna guess
So
it's
what?
I don't know what he's talking about.
the aluminum. If you want me to
It
say it
must be
wrong.
it must it must be a sort of tea.
Must be what? It must be a slang talk that all the youths are using.
And then I'm assuming this one goes through here. Oh no, it's gonna be a much smaller one. That's gonna be one of these dinky ones because it's only a small distance. So, in you go. Sorry, just negotiating with it. I'd tighten the arms up a bit much probably for doing what I wanted to do.
Wonder who invented threads.
I don't know, but I think whoever it was, we got a lot to thank for them.
See, it is considered by some that the screw thread was invented in about 400 BC.
Wow. Before comic books. Oh. Runaway screws.
Yeah, the downside is if you strip these, you're fucked.
We're live. We're live.
It'd be fine. Right. So at this point, I'm pretty sure I got most of the aluminium fitted bar in the back bit. So, you know, if we've gone this far, let's figure out how that works. I'm guessing it's just two more of these little short ass screws that just drop into these little holes here. So we'll place it on the end of the screwdriver, push it through. And then the same trick again. Looks kind of sexy. Feels really nice in the hand. I've got to say, it does feel decent. Kind of impressed with it at this point. Wasn't expecting to be. I expected this to be really, really shitty. The price was too low for what was advertised. I was taking a total wild punt at this. We knew that when we bought it, didn't we, Jeremy? But yeah, I think this is one of those nice ones. You know, the ones where the punt where it pays off. I'm liking this a lot at this point. A lot. I mean, look at that. Feels great in the hand. Quality's pretty good. I like it. I do. I really, really like it.
Me too. I like it.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that is one sexy ass little frame.
What's that blue stuff?
Oh, you mean the aluminium? And I'll be honest with you, the amount of screws going into this aluminium and all the rest of it, it feels incredibly rigid. It feels very, very good already, and I haven't got them all in yet. Once you got these things thread locked and fitted up proper, I think you'll be quite happy flying it, you know?
You know what, it would have been kind of nice if they would have tied those standoffs into the inner bolt locations of the arms for a little extra support there.
Okay, remember I was saying before the million's great and all the holes fit? I got one rather tight hole here. I don't know if I'm using the wrong screw, but it doesn't feel
Did you
like
tighten the
it.
other ones all the way down yet?
Yeah, it's not that. I didn't. No, I mean, they're not like super tight. I'll back them off a little bit more just to make sure it's got lots of wiggle room. Maybe tighten, loosen the back ones. It is incredibly rigid, even with them like only slightly tight. But this is actually the carbon that's resisting the screw at this point, not the actual aluminium. The aluminium is incredibly receptive. It's nice. The threads are kind of well done with it. I'm kind of pleased with that.
That may be that other stuff that they have called carboninium, I think is what it is.
Carboninium.
Yeah, carboninium.
Is that the same as Chinesium?
No, it's only sold over in the UK.
All right, carboninium. Right, I got you.
It looks so cool.
I have to say, that's nice.
Yeah, that
For-
quad frame is pretty good too.
Looks really cool. Are there different color options for the standoffs?
Unfortunately, not. It's just this purpley one. Well, there wasn't when I ordered it, and I don't know if they've added any since or whether they're gonna. I think they should, because it'd be really cool to be able to order this with different hardware colors, make a bit of variety in the line. But if they're not doing yet, just to keep the cost down, then for the price, yeah, keep the cost down. Purple will be fine. Add a little bit to the
Wait,
price maybe, because I mean, realistically, this is a really nice frame for the money. If they wanted to add a few more customization options and it cost everybody an extra $1 on the frame, I don't think people would mind. It's for what you pay, you're getting a lot of money. It's a lot for your money, you know.
What's purple? I don't see anything on that that's purple.
It might be blue then. I don't know. I'm colorblind. I'm just guessing
Yeah, I see
here.
blue.
Hmm.
Could be
Hey,
the
AK,
lighting.
how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're streaming live on YouTube right now. We're just having a look at this frame thing. There's a link in adult chat.
I'm-
I think.
I'm watching it.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream, brother. What do you think of that frame? It's kind of sexy, right?
Yeah, is that the one, the little bitty one, or is that a?
No, this is a titanium frame made by RealACC. We're just having a look at it and just having a gander because it's like one of the first ones I've seen with titanium arms. And the company that made it, they're kind of fabled for like ripping off other people's frames. And this is like the first one they've done that's actually their own design. And I'll be honest with you, I'm really impressed. I think it's beautiful. It went together really nicely. The quality feels great. I'd be happy taking this out and flying it, and it
I
feels
have
like
a
you're never gonna break it. It honestly does feel amazing. I better not do that because I actually feel like it's gonna damage the desk before it damages the frame. You know, it's
I have a real ACC frame, and their quality is just amazing for the
yeah.
price.
I'll what I'm gonna do is I'll see if they've still got these in stock, and if I can get enough funds together, I'm gonna order another one, and then this one here, this beautiful little frame. We'll see how much it takes to kill it. I really like it, but I would like to see it die. Just at least to find out how much it takes to kill it. That'd be really interesting. But
Yeah.
whether it be cost efficient or not, it depends how many people would be interested in seeing that. So, we'll see if we get any
I
feedback.
suggest everybody hit that subscribe button.
If I hit it again, I'm going to unsubscribe. So
Yeah, that's how you do it. Just keep doing that because that just special people use YouTube.
That's the way to draw people in.
Yeah. So anyways, really like the frame. What do you guys think? I mean, would you buy
I'd
one?
buy it.
Yeah, me too. I'd buy it again.
I think the lighting needs to be.
Huh?
No, I like the frame, man. I really do. It looks good.
Oh, the lighting not right for you?
Can you turn it sideways for us?
Better lighting? Or can it just lighten? Oh, that lighting can adjust camera angles too. Right, what do you want? Sideways?
Yes, please.
Sorry about the wires.
Right there. That's good.
I must be lagging. I don't see it. Let me refresh. There we go.
I don't know why YouTube's live stream thing bugs out so much. But yeah, so I'm kind of pleased with that. I think it's pretty boss.
Yeah, it's nice. All kinds of room in there.
You haven't built a 5-inch for a while, have you?
No, that is an absolute fact. So anyway,
In comparison, can we see your two small ones?
yeah, sure. Can you so that's a baby Hawk R with some mods.
That piece that looks like plastic, man.
Yeah, it's basically a piece of plastic. And here's
Where's
a
that?
little elf to put it in perspective.
That's with the battery.
That's with the battery. You can set him on there, and he's probably still smaller than the prop that it'll spin. So as for whether we can mount a flight stack or not while the frame's assembled, or whether we have to piss around before, let's figure that out. So we've got a mounting bolt here for an ESC. We're going to be running it at 30 mil, so that'd be the 3 mil hole. Kind of tight, gonna have to wind it in. It's the right size, but it does need winding in. So a little bit of a push around isn't quite doing it. Is that the right piece?
Is the carbon holes in the carbon a little bit tight?
Dude, just threadably tight, if that makes sense. The
Gotcha.
screw isn't. You don't have to force it through. You just got to wind it through. When it gets
Probably
to the
actually a good thing.
stop, when it gets to the full stop, you can spin the threads out. You can over tighten and spin the threads out quite easily. Give you an idea.
That screw is really long.
It's ridiculously long, but it can be chopped down, so it'll do for now. So yeah, at this point, I'd say it's quite safe to say you can fit a stack after building the frame. You can build your frame and then do your build inside it, which is kind of cool.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Have you seen those? Yeah, you were liking that TS100, Jeremy, the open source soldering iron. You've been raving about that all month. The same people, I'm pretty sure, have brought out an automatic screwdriver, a programmable open source, and it basically just works off like you go like that with it, and by just like putting a little bit of pressure, it'll like automatically start screwing for you. And you can configure it all in the settings to what torque level you want it to tighten to and all these other things. Looks very, very cool, especially for doing stuff like this. Just wind those fucking threads out. There we go. So that's 2 standoffs in. Yikes, they are huge. You can mount another quad on those.
See you later, AK.
Yeah, AK's now left us. Let's go do some IRL stuff. He'll be back soon. Cool. So these screws probably won't take as long to wind in if they weren't like stupidly long. And I should probably be putting a nut on at an earlier stage and winding it in earlier, but you know that requires brain power. And you guys didn't suggest it for me, so I'm gonna say it's all your fault.
You could probably put some standoffs on there first and then screw the bolts in. Then you have some little landing gear.
I'd say it was AK's fault.
Except that's where the battery goes, and metal implements pointing into the bottom of the
Oh.
battery as landing gear. Landing gear would be like the wrong term for it. More like the detonation device. I think it'd be the right terms for that design. Let me just reorientate myself so. Just gonna put the standoff on the screw at an earlier point so there's less work to do in the overall.
Hey, while we're waiting, I received a LX5 Leopard frame yesterday, and I got it together today, and it looks pretty good.
Cool.
It's a nice little sturdy frame. I'm really liking it. And it was compliments of the FireBeard Network, and I would like to thank you very much, FireBeard Network.
Oh, no worries, man, anytime. But you do realize, like, picture of bullshit.
Where?
Picture of bullshit. Hangouts, dude. Picture of bullshit.
You need to learn what to listen to, Awesome. He said anytime, so I'd be asking for another one right now.
I hesitated, so it doesn't count now. All right, picture of bullshit.
So, just so you can get an idea of the sexiness of this, this is the Dial RC engine that I took the ginormous bolts out of the bag of. And it comes with like some big dumb shit cables for connecting it to 1980s type equipment. And some pretty cushy little soft mount thingy bobbers that kind of sit in the holes. So yeah, they're going to be fun to fit, I'm sure.
That looks sick as hell.
Well, you know, when you spend all day listening to the problems people have with various components and you listen to the joy stories of others, you start shopping a bit wiser, don't you? If you need any consumer advice on which parts don't to buy because it's just a waste of monies, join Discords. Links in the description, and if it's not, it will be in a minute. I just need to poke the wife. Not like that before you respond.
Right.
Nope, it won't affect me at all. It's designed so you can do that shit stuff. Yeah, these little mount things are probably the longest part of the build. So if you're planning on building with the RealACC stuff, I count about 30 minutes to put in the standoffs in. Unless you're like some sort of voodoo Zen master. There we go. Look at that. That looks pretty. Let's see if it fits over the top of these standoffs now. If not, we're just going to pop the lid off. No, it's going to be awkward, so we're just going to zip this lid off. So the answer to can we build it with it being assembled is yeah, as long as you don't use the giant stupid $RC bolts that you normally get. Hey Ryan, welcome to the stream. We're currently on YouTube live, just checking out a frame. If you want to, there's a link in the chat. So just gonna pop the lid off this so we can drop that down in. It'll probably fit with a bit of squeezing and messing around, but at this point, I just really don't want to damage the engine, you know, so it's easier just to bang these screws out. Even easier if I had one of those open source screwdrivers, wifey over there, hint hint. Why are you not in the stream? Get your headset on and get your ass in the stream.
I'll be in here. Be back in a minute.
Not you, princess.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, Ryan?
I'm Dart. How you doing?
We're doing good, man. We're just doing a YouTube live, so be careful what you say, bro.
Huh?
We're just doing YouTube live at the minute. You can check it out. There's a link in the thing. Right, so that's the RealACC engine, like sat 10 feet above the carbon fiber. So obviously, this particular
YouTube
flight
live.
system, this standoff system I'm using right now, it obviously needs a lot of improvisation before it's going to be viable. So yeah, a bit of a rethought. So.
What's up, Sazzle?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks, Ryan.
Okay, so I'm just going to loosen these off with the pliers because I tightened them up pretty good before and it doesn't seem worth struggling with. There we go.
Hey Ben, what's this? What's this hangout a picture of here? Of the? It looks like a guy holding a radar gun or something, or some kind of ball at the other end. Looks like a soccer goal or something.
Give me a second, Ryan. I'll have a look.
That's a picture of one of the games the guys are playing, Ryan. It's not related to anything.
That's a cool game, whatever it is. I mean, it looks like some guy's holding some kind of.
It's Overwatch, Ryan. That's one of the maps on Overwatch right now, Ryan. It's one of the game modes. It's like a football. Or soccer, as you guys in the States will call it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it almost looks like the guy's holding some.
Sorry, guys, I have family duty.
No worries, dude.
So,
What's up, man?
Looks like the guy's holding some kind of like radar gun.
Are you on
Like a
building
soccer
it
ball at the
completely?
other end. It was like a
No,
soccer
not
goal
really.
or something.
I'm gonna get some M3 nuts before I continue. Just some small ones, just to. You see, I think. Nah, we'll be fine like that. The carbon fiber is really rigid. Nothing's gonna allow it to pull down far
I
enough.
think that when you put the top part, it gets completely
Looks like
rigid,
one
like
versus
my other
nothing.
frame.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking at so far. That's where we're
Game
up
is
to with the parts list. And we're looking at the RCX 2207s on the ends here, connected to the Dell RC engine, and we're going to push the F405 on the top. And there was a few other bits to discuss, but I think we were looking at the Runcam Eagle was the original camera idea, was it? Or were we looking at something else?
shit.
What chip? You remember? Maybe he's gone for his family duties now. Anyways, so if you want to see more of this build coming along, we'll bang on the live stream again. If you've seen this, liked it, remember to hit the like. If you haven't seen it, then well, you're not hearing me, so that's weird. But otherwise, have a good time and tune into the next live stream when we come and do it. We'll keep you posted. Anything interesting happens from now on, we're going to start streaming it and picking it up here. So see you again.